All right. Well, let's get started and we shall light the candle. No birthdays today, but the town I grew up in down in southern Oregon is flooding yet again. I still have a fair number of friends and family down there. We'll get to that in a minute. So I am lighting my candle for my friends and family. My niece, who lives 2 blocks from the house I grew up in, the creek is encroaching on her front or her backyard right now, so we are lighting our candle for the rains to cease and the waters to recede. May the ancient ones be with us today as we close our circle. All right. Namaste, my witchlings. Welcome to my channel. I am Di, your favorite yoga witch, spreading kindness and loves, living a magical life through yoga. Are you curious to delve deeper into the craft? Well then, explore my offerings over at dietheyogawitch.com, where you'll find details on personal readings, spiritual coaching, my officiating services, and my Die the Yoga Witch blog, which has lots of resources in it for learning about the craft. And then for those looking for my rather unique blend of yoga and witchcraft, hop over to yogawithdylin.com and book a session with me. Oh, it's Nat King Cole's birthday. That's pretty awesome. All right, my friends. We are going to acknowledge some holidays here. Today is not just St. Patrick's Day for me. It is the first of 2 holidays that the United States Navy recognizes as Submarine Day. Today is the anniversary of John Philip Holland demonstrating his first submarine, the Holland 4, to the Navy. The other recognized day is April 11th, when the submarine force was established and they commissioned their own submarine. Coming from a family of submariners, my mother's father in World War II, my father in Vietnam, my oldest brother, and my youngest brother tried, but that's when he discovered he was claustrophobic, and claustrophobia and submarines don't mix. My recruiter also said that he could see me being the first woman on a boat because of my family history. So today we are honoring the submarine silent service. All right, my friends. Now, all right, witchlings. Okay. All right, my witchlings. Welcome to Di's Daily Divination Draw, where we are reading the cards and we're having some fun while doing it. So, go grab your favorite crystal. I have Tiger's Eye today. Light your favorite candle or some incense for some aromatherapy. Grab your cup of coffee or tea if that's your preferred brew. Get ready to hear today's message. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell for your daily dose of divination. Spelling and grammar and spelling today. Hi, Star Paws. Good luck. All right. Rose quartz. Oh, that is one of my 2 favorite stones. My favorites are rose quartz, hematite, and my birthstone garnet. I have so many garnets, but it's such a pretty stone. All right, my friends. What do the oracle cards have to say today? We have 2 cards today that have popped up repeatedly in the last week. The first of which is our first card saying someone has unmet needs. we are being told to stand your ground. And our second repeat of I need to reach out. So your needs are not being met, so you need to stand your ground and reach out to ask for those needs to be met. That's what I think. Funny look was I just flicked a card into the candle. Whoops. Okay. So, what do the tarot have to tell us? All right. First, we have the Fool reversed. That is your inner critic throwing a massive tantrum. It's time to tell that voice to sit the fluff down and have some tea, and then let your wild, magical self take the reins again. Don't let fear keep you stuck. Next, we have the Seven of Swords reversed. Someone's secrets are coming undone, and not in a pretty way. It is time to own your truth before it owns you. And then finally, we have the Four of Cups. A bit of apathy, would you say? You've been offered something, maybe even a few somethings, and you're just, about it. It's that feeling of being closed off, like you're looking at the world through a rain-streaked window. It's time to shake things up, darling dear. Open those eyes and see what you are missing. Sometimes the magic is right in front of you, but you've just got to be willing to reach out and grab it. Grab it. Grab it. Sounded like I said rabbit. Anyway, so reach out and grab what you are being offered. It's not going to come around again. Ha. 12 has no rocks. Oh, he has rocks. No idea what they are. How can I not read today? We'll talk later. Star Paws, I love the fact that you really like this special crystal. That is one of my favorite parts of this too, because I have tons. And Erin, yeah, you're not the only one who has a bunch of people that meet today's divinations. So, what is Namaste telling us? Namaste is saying to drink some tea. Drink some tea. Boiled water and sit near the steam. Think of the flavor of the teas as the water takes its sweet time to boil. When the water is ready, give thanks for the warm pleasure it will provide. While mixing the tea, embrace all the smells and take all the scents deep within you. Taking pride and pleasure in the tasks leading up to your reward will extend the experience of satisfaction. Enjoy your tea. It's not exactly wrong. So I am going to take a sip of coffee. I didn't make tea this morning. Yes. I'm giggling about the fact that I say grab your cup of coffee or tea if that's your brew when we start. And then one of the tarot cards said to just have a cup of tea and sit down and, do what you need to do. And then Namaste is drink some tea. So, I tend to wear my coffee because I have a hole in my lip, I just pour it down my front because I'm a freaking klutz. Yeah, not literally. I do not have any mouth piercings. Nope. That is one thing I will not put holes in. My teeth are jacked up enough. All right, so there's what was caught. I had a hair pulling. Sorry, y'all. So, what does self-compassion have to say? Self-compassion is saying flip the ratio. For the rest of your day, notice the number of self-criticisms and the number of compassionate encouragements you give yourself. Set an intention to shift that ratio towards compassion. In other words, be nicer to yourself today. Now, I don't know anybody who needs that reminder. Oh, all right. Occasionally I consume soda. I've been working on drinking something other than just soda and coffee. I don't have a bottle sitting here real easy to grab. I have discovered a flavored water, the brand Hint. It does not have sugar. It doesn't have artificial sweetener, and it has no calories. So when I was attempting to do intermittent fasting, it worked because it has just enough fruit flavor to it that it doesn't. Okay, say the cherry, which is one of my two favorite flavors. The cherry doesn't taste like it happened to be transported in a truck that had cherries in its last load, if you know what I'm saying. It actually has some flavor. However, that said, our favorite coffee stand cried when we stopped drinking as much coffee because we were spending a lot of money there every month. But yeah, when you stop and think about the fact that my coffee alone is $8 at that stand, just one cup of mine, and I was doing 2 cups of coffee a day plus at least one for him and the kids, you can imagine. One of the few things I share with my incubator is my addiction to coffee. I don't think there is a candid picture of my mom anywhere that she is not holding a cup of coffee and or a cigarette. Hi, Steve. Actually, Steve can corroborate that for me. He knew my mother. I have 3. My oldest is 26, will be 27 in August. The middle is 23, will be 24. In June, the end of June, and then the youngest is 21, will be 22, the end of August. I know, Steve, I know how much you miss coffee, and it sucks. That is honestly one of the big reasons, and I cannot lie here, that is one of the biggest reasons that I did not go for bariatric surgery. I can't give up my caffeine. Oh, I can't. No, it does too much for my ADHD and everything else. Yes. God. My mom and her coffee cup, and my dad and his Pepsi. Pepsi is such a ubiquitous drink in my parents' house that my oldest child, first word was Pepsi, first crawled for a can of Pepsi, and took some of his first steps trying to get to Pepsi. We were driving from San Diego to Portland, Oregon, for my grandfather having passed away. And my dad and my brother both are big Pepsi drinkers. And they kept it in a cooler in the back of the pickup truck he was driving. One of our stops, my brother just let my son crawl around in the back of the truck because it was safer than, putting him on the snowy ground. My son had watched them open the cooler and retrieve Pepsis. So what does this child do as soon as he is put in the bed of the truck? He headed for that cooler and tried to open it. Yep. Raven, I'm not surprised Dr. Pepper was a staple in your house. You are from Texas. And see, I told you, Steve knew my mom. That woman. Oh my God. Mom and coffee and a cigarette, and dad and Pepsi and a cigarette or coffee. So I come by my coffee addiction. I grew up. I cannot stand Pepsi. The only cola I can drink today is Dr. Pepper or versions of. Because when I was a kid, my dad would leave yay much in the bottom of a glass bottle of Pepsi in the living room when he went to bed at night because he just didn't finish it. I would get up the next morning and drink it, flat Pepsi. Yeah, no, I can't do it anymore. Okay, my friends. I used to like Mountain Dew. I had a friend ruin that, a former now friend ruin that for me. So, Code Red isn't half bad. But what's the other Mountain Dew that I will drink? Baja Blast. The man behind the curtain is saying he liked the high voltage. I couldn't do it because I can't do grape. Root beer is awesome, although I cannot do. Hold on. I want to say it's Dad's, which is just. Dad's is awful root beer. Although, we all miss my dad. Dad was awesome, Steve. I miss your parents. I have known Steve since I was 13, 14. Very dear old friend. Root beer, the best root beer. Thank you. Yes. The blue, I think it's the blue food coloring that gets me in the voltage. But A&W is the best. Barks is good because it's caffeinated. And then number 3 has got to be Mug. But A&W all the way. I drink cherry and pineapple. Oh, you're not missing much, Aaron. That shit is horrible. When I was in high school, the apartment complex my parents managed had a soda machine in the laundry room, and it had Dad's. And so we kept it stocked. And oh, yuck. I have heard of Spritz Up. If memory serves, it's similar to, it's kind of a combination between Sprite and 7-Up, which is where the Spritz Up comes from. Ooh, 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 ha. My head is not happy today. All right. As much as I enjoy talking about soda, I can talk about food and soda all day. Let us move on to today's goddess. Although I'm going to drink some more first. Thanks, Steve. I loved your mom. She was the best. All right. In honor of St. Patrick's Day starting the week, we're going to talk about Celtic goddesses this week. Makes sense, right? So let's start with, Cerridwen. Cerridwen, She is the keeper of the cauldron, the brewer of wisdom and transformation. She's the one who stirs the depths of our souls, who challenges us to look within and face our shadows. She's not afraid of the dark, of the messy, of the things that we try to hide. She knows that true wisdom comes from embracing all parts of ourselves, the light and the shadow, the beautiful and the broken. She pushes us to stir our own cauldrons, to brew our own magic, to transform ourselves into who we were always meant to be. She reminds us that magic isn't always about spells and rituals. It's about the deep inner work, the willingness to face our fears and embrace our potential. She's the one who whispers, "You are more than you think you are." And she challenges us to believe it. She's a reminder that We all have the power to create our own destinies, to brew our own potions of wisdom and transformation. And that, my witchlings, is the most powerful magic of all. And yet again, we're being told to do the shadow work. Who needs to do the shadow work that we keep being reminded of it for? She's on the list. Yes. Oh, dear lords, yes. Depends on how far expired it is. Most things, you've got some leeway. Be careful with flour, like baking mixes. Those can get ugly. That's true, Aaron. Aaron is a shadow walker. All right. But Bridget is my goddess. So I where we talked about her on Bridget's Day, I opted to leave her out of this week's pantheon, but you know. Yep. I'm betting it was canned. Yeah, that as the man behind the curtain is saying, that's the difference between best by use date and expiration date. Or use by date. I have eaten things like soup that was expired. Yeah. It could be me as well, Raven. I've got some shadow work that I need to address myself. And I don't want to, because I don't want to do the hard stuff. But I gotta do the hard stuff. All right, my friends, my darling witchlings, let us move on to Zen. I love this book. So, we have 2 quotes today. One from Henry Miller and one from Jack Kerouac. Henry Miller says, the aim of life is to live, and to live means to be aware, joyously, drunkenly, serenely, divinely aware. Henry Miller. And then Jack Kerouac says, be in love with your life, every minute of it. I needed that reminder. Oh, I'll take a look at it, love. Oh, I have got to pull my hair up. Oh my gosh. I have a blanket on my head here, y'all. Oh, so much better. I don't feel like I'm overheating so bad. Yeah, it's that wonderful time of year in the Pacific Northwest where you're either roasting to death or freezing to death, and you got about 5 minutes of being comfortable between them. Having grown up in the Pacific Northwest, I am an expert at layering. All right, my loves, it is time to wrap up for the day. Yeah. How have we been chit-chatting like this for half an hour already? It feels like it's been 5 minutes. Wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey shit. So let us open our circle, give our gratitude to the Ancient Ones for joining us today. And please, my friends, hello. Can we send all of the healing juju and comfort down to Southern Oregon, because I am kind of concerned about my friends and family. Yes, thank you. I'm being reminded. I know that feeling too. The Midwest yesterday. I happened to cross comments about this all over yesterday. Um, the Midwest of the United States got hit by multiple tornadoes and a lot of people died. I cannot remember the exact number. It was either 3 tornadoes and 11 people died, or 11 tornadoes and 3 people died, or something like that. I wish I had made note of it. But can we keep the Midwest of the U.S. in our thoughts? Southern Oregon. The gods are pissed. And I'm not happy about it. Yeah, thank you. Yes, and FEMA and the Small Business Association and USAID have all been gutted. So yeah. How are these people going to get the financial assistance that they so desperately need right now with no possible, without the governmental officials in charge of disseminating it, right? I want so badly to rant about the administration right now, but I have done that a lot lately, and I'm sure y'all don't want to hear it more, because I'd just be preaching to the frickin' choir. But yeah, the comments I was seeing yesterday that I referred to, most of them were about the fact that our president was out golfing while his people are dying. And he bitched about Obama going golfing. I love you, Took Monster. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is true, Star Paws. The reason I just started laughing is after I said he bitched about Obama golfing, someone rather loudly snorted and sighed. Tell me my animals don't know what I'm talking about. All right, my loves. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I slept last night. I know I did. All right. Now, it is time to say goodbye. I am sad. So, let me know if... What are we doing here? There we are. Ha! I love watching the mouse zoom around. I don't know that he took the National Suicide Hotline, but he did gut the Veteran Suicide Hotline. And that one kind of pissed me off. As a veteran, I have never had to call that line, but I do know people who have. I don't know him as well as the man behind the curtain, but he knows someone who pretty much held the record for the longest call ever. Thank you, Raven. That was what I was about to say. Yep. We're not going to talk about what he's done about trans. He actually... I'm going to rant for just a quick second. There is a black soldier during, I want to say, World War II, who rescued a bunch of high-ranking people, either congressmen or high-ranking officers and stuff, at his own peril, put his own life at risk to do this, and therefore was given the Medal of Honor, the highest honor any military member can receive. And every person who has been given this medal has their own bio on the on a government website. I can't remember which one. It might be the White House. And first, his entry was edited to say he was given a DEI Medal of Honor because he was black. And then his page just disappeared. His page does still exist on the VA version. But yeah, any government page that mentions any honors that any non-white, non-men have received has been purged. They are whitewashing our history. You are absolutely correct, Star Paws. I have the trans population here in the United States is like less than 0.1%. I couldn't remember if it was 0.1 or 0.2. There are so few. And their thing about trans athletes, there are less than 10 trans women athletes in the entire collegiate sports in the entire country. I want to rant, but I'm trying not to. But you know what? I'm going to say a couple of more things. I got into a conversation yesterday. Someone saying that trans women participating in women's sports, they shouldn't because they have that strength advantage. And I'm like, how many trans women do you know? I know a few, quite a few. And every stinking one of them has told me that they lost a significant amount of strength when they started. See you later, Star Paws. They lost a significant amount of strength when they started HRT. One of them, we actually tested head to head to see whether she was stronger or I was stronger, and oddly, I was. Even though she is bigger and had been far more athletic in her youth than I ever was. So, and this person's like, oh no, it's been proven that they have an advantage over over biological women. And I'm like, less than 10. There are less than 10 trans women athletes. Yeah. I'm being corrected. There are 10 or 11. And then trans men will never be as strong as men. Tell that to the gold medal Olympian at the most recent Olympics. We had a trans man who took a gold or a silver medal. But yet, trans men aren't as strong as biological men, cisgender men. Anyways. Sorry. As Erin just outed herself, I will say Erin is one of my dearest friends and is a trans woman. I have an adopted trans kid. One of my biological children is non-binary, so the trans thing is very close to my heart. All right, my friends, let us boogeyman. Yeah. They're making boogeymen out of minorities so that they can other them and blame them for everything that goes wrong. Fucking Nazis. Okay, my friends. Let us wrap up for the day. I appreciate it. I try very hard not to out you myself, even though I know you don't mind. It just doesn't seem right. And I would never out you deliberately out of fear for someone trying to hurt you. So that's why I will say I have a trans child that I have adopted, and I have a non-binary child, but you got it. All right, my loves. Did something resonate today? Like this video. Share the magic with a friend who might also enjoy it. Your subscription ensures that you never miss a moment of mystical insight, especially when you ring the bell. I am eager to hear your thoughts, though. What touched your spirit today? Please, I love talking to my witchlings. Then, for a deeper dive into exclusive content, behind-the-scenes glimpses, bonus blog posts, monthly rituals, and my ever-elusive weekly yoga classes, consider hopping over and joining the Coven at Patreon, where you will gain access to the Discord server, where there's a bunch of us, and some of us are, in there 24/7. Then if you're feeling particularly generous today, if you are feeling particularly generous, a virtual coffee is always appreciated. Gen X Witch, raised in the 80s, and I thrive on caffeine and just a dash of well-placed sarcasm. Can you tell? That was not deliberate. And then, maybe you're seeking some personalized guidance. In that case, you want to hop over to yogawithdylin.com to schedule a one-on-one yoga session where we can work together to restore balance and alignment to your mind, body, and spirit. As an ordained minister, I am honored to craft meaningful rituals and services for all of life's milestones. I also do house blessings, cleansing, spiritual life coaching, and I do personalized tarot and oracle reading, tarot and pendulum readings. And the pendulum readings are overseen by the furry overlord because, well, familiars are going to familiar, and my pendulums will not work without his permission. Go figure. And you can see all of these at dietheyogawitch.com. And for whatever reason, my brain is deciding that my pendulums are my oracles today. Go frickin' figure. All right, my loves, my witchlings, my darlings. Go out there and spread love, joy, and kindness. There is so much darkness out there. We really don't need to add to it. Be the light for someone. Then go out and tell your loved ones, human, scaly, furry, and feathered, that they are the absolute most important thing in the world for you. Because you know what? You don't know how long you're going to have them around, and that 2 a.m. phone call sucks balls. I myself am particularly grateful for all of my witchlings who have stuck around until the end of this video. Please, if you are still here, appease the algorithm gods and leave me a comment of at least 7 words. If you can't think of anything, hey, look, Di, I made it. Yay. Yes, I am aware. Panic at the Disco. Have a fantabulously magical day filled with love and joy. Remember, you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and you do have a purpose here. I'll see you guys later. Don't miss out on your daily doses of divination. Tune in tomorrow for another episode, Monday through Saturday, same bat time, same bat channel, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. And there's even more enchantment to weave into your week. Join me for our weekly rituals. Sundays, let's all gather around the cauldron for coffee and cues with Di the Yoga Witch at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays. Bring your favorite brew and we'll delve into the mystical and the everyday, answering your questions and sharing the witchy wisdom I've gathered over the last 3 decades. Thursdays, tune into Die the Yoga Witch podcast for a fusion of yoga and witchcraft designed to inspire and uplift. Friday and Saturday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Seattle time, we offer some unique experiences. Fridays are for relaxation and interconnection. We zen our way into the weekend and unwind with guided meditation or yoga nidra asana, tapping into your inner magic and bringing that magical life into your yoga practice. Saturday evenings, brace yourself for Bitch and Witch Angry Veteran Rants. I will be tackling current events that spark my passionate opinions, offering perspectives and suggestions for positive change.